Hey everybody, what's up? This is Devin, LaVore, and
Michelle LaVore
coming at you, yellow.
Yeah,
yellow fellow.
We're
so
a little,
yellow.
little yellow tonight because we have to do our video.
Yeah, you ever heard of that group Jodeci? We're John Deci. It's the newest, the upgraded version of that group with a white member. Oh Lord! I'm not even gonna edit that part out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it. I hope you guys thought that was funny. We're corny. Welcome to the show.
Yep.
Anyway, so we had to make this video tonight. I did. I was just like, we have got to make this video tonight because some amazing stuff happened, and I just thought it was really cool. Do you want to start off with the angel thing, or?
No, you can.
No? Okay, I'll just go. Oh yeah, there's angels in this story. We didn't see any or anything like that, but pardon the allergies, man. They're just, I don't know what's the deal. Anyway, so you know what? If this is your first time seeing us,
hey,
welcome.
welcome.
How are you? Welcome to the channel.
So glad. Hope that you guys are encouraged by what you hear on this channel.
Welcome to the new subscribers.
Yes.
Love you guys. Haven't met you, but we love you. Anyway, so man, I tell you what. You know, our video that we basically just released today, we recorded it yesterday. But we released it today. What is it? September 1st. Still, and we talked about distresses and the whole Garden of Gethsemane type of thing that happens to our souls sometimes, that I've been going through personally. And today's been no different. It's not been any different of a day. In fact, today's been kind of even a heavier day for me, because it's like, it's been kind of a rest day, but not really. I'm not explaining that, and I'm not going to. But man, it's just, my soul has just been like in this, like, whoosh, you know, the wind and the waves of soulish stuff is beating against me, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to be greatly moved, you know? And, you know, it's been kind of a battle, but it's like, it's been more of like a, but I got to this point, okay? And it was during our God time, and man, I could just tell the God time was different. It just seemed heavy. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on? But it was just like, we'll just push through, you know, because sometimes you got to do that, right? Yeah. Sometimes you got to push through, and then to get the breakthrough. It's not called a break. It's called a breakthrough. Because you've broken through something. Yeah. Right? And so I'm sitting there. I'm folding clothes while we're praying, because there is a ton of laundry. Did you see the bonus footage at the last video? At the end of the last video, that big old pile of laundry that was behind my worshiping son. He's so awesome. Yeah, that was a never-ending story. Yeah. But I closed the book on that thing tonight. During prayer, I'm just folding clothes like crazy. But during that time, I'm just feeling like, I'm feeling, I don't know how to explain it. I'm questioning everything, and I'm like, I've got the brain fog thing going on. I can't remember what God's told me. I'm thinking, man, maybe I'm just totally blowing what God's told me. I'm missing it. And it's like, no, I need to stand on what God's told me. And it's, wait, what has God told me again? I can't even remember. I don't even remember what God has said to me. Has God even spoken to me recently? I don't even remember. All of that stuff. Yeah. I mean, just a swarm of stuff going on. And I'm just like, wow. And so I'm just, my heart goes to the Lord right away. It's the Lord is my default setting. It's a good default setting to have. Yes. You know? And I'm just like, Lord, I'm just like, and the Lord just like, no, Devin. Reminded me of some of our conversations. Yes. Just like, okay, Michelle, all right. I hear you, but I can't respond to any of that stuff. But this is what the Lord did. I just got this spirit of praise upon me. And I was just like, whoa, I'm just really feeling this, because I'm just like, I'm coming to the Lord like, Lord, if I could give a picture of what was going on in my soul that would probably never happen in my face. It was just like, oh Lord, I just need some help. You know, that kind of stuff's going on in here. And God's like, it's not like he's sitting there going, what are you doing? He knows what's going on. And so, but he's not responding to it in when I want him to. And not only that, I try to come to him, and I feel like this sense of resistance. Not a sense of resistance in a bad way, but just a sense of like, hey man, I'm chilling out.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling out. How are you doing? You know? And I'm like, I'm freaking out. Thank you. And so the Lord then, I just get this spirit of praise on me, and it was right then. It was right then. I was like, whoa, spirit of praise. This is like, and I was like, wait a second. Right then I knew I am being attacked by the enemy. Right then I knew. I was like, this is a spirit of heaviness that has come. And it was just over the whole family. You know, it was just like, there was just this sense of like, and I was like, dang, no wonder the Lord was just saying, I got this. You know, he wasn't saying much, but there was just that sense of him standing there with the confidence and just like, and then he responded in his due time, and I'm like, what? This is a response thing that he's giving me, this praise thing, because he's responding to the thing that's hitting me. And it was a spirit of heaviness. And it was really, really cool, because even during prayer, you know, Michelle's praying some things, and I got some things in my spirit that I wanted to pray. I was like, Lord, I want change. I want miracles. I want the end. I want breakthrough. I want real definitive breakthrough. I want to be done with this. We're at the room at the end, 3, 2, 1. We're ready to end and stuff like that. But it really wasn't coming out. Yeah. I wanted to pray that stuff, but when my heart went to pray it, it didn't reach. It's like that thing at that game at a carnival where you take the hammer and you smash it and it goes up, and the thing goes up like that thermometer and it hits the bell. Bing. Yeah, I was just like, and it was just going. It was not going very far at all. Just my heart. It was like the spirit was willing, but the flesh was weak. Yeah. You know. And she is gonna talk. Don't worry. Gosh, chill out. Anyway. but like, so we're praying, right? And I'm having such a difficult time praying. And then I get this word in my mind. What was it? What was the first one?
Breakthrough.
Breakthrough. Yes, I was like, I want breakthrough, but I just was thinking it. I was literally thinking the very word, and then that word comes out of her mouth as she's praying, because it was her turn to pray. All the kids had prayed, and she said breakthrough. I was like, whoa! I was literally gonna pray that. You took my prayer. I was literally thinking it right at that moment, and you prayed it. That's amazing. And so I just let her keep praying, and I'm just like, yes, I interrupt during prayer. Are you surprised? Anyway, I'm just like going, I'm just praying. I'm trying to pray in the Spirit. Even trying to pray in the Spirit was difficult. I'm just like, wow. I was like, I am a failure right now. I am terrible right now. I mean, what is wrong with me? I must be really missing it. I've done something wrong. That stuff's still going on while this prayer time is happening. And then, what was the next thing that happened?
Divine. I said the word divine turnaround.
Yes, that's what it was. The word divine came into my mind next. And it was like, divine. I was like, oh, yeah. Divine. Oh, divine what? I mean, I didn't get but like maybe 2 seconds into that. And she's like, divine turnaround. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, my God. I was literally just like, again. I was just thinking that. I was literally just thinking it, and you said it. That's twice now that this has happened. Like, what in the world? This is crazy.
And then it was just kind of like you went, I finished up my prayer, and you started praying. But again, it was just this like struggle, and then you're just like, there's just something more. Like what?
Yeah, there's something more. I don't know what it is.
And then you were just like, all right, let's just try and start.
Well, that's when I got hit. I was just like, there's something more here, because I couldn't just pray for whatever reason. I just couldn't pray. And I was just like, you know what? And it just came out of me like, Lord Jesus, I just praise you. I just give you all the glory and the praise that you deserve. And that started coming out of me, and you could feel like this. Whoo. It's like when you play that blanket game, Although the wind comes and it picks up the blanket. That's what it was. I started saying that, and it was like this blanket just kind of lifted off, and it just kept lifting. Yeah. And that's when I knew. I was like, oh my gosh. This has been an attack the whole time. I can't believe it. And so we just started praying. There was no music. There was no nothing. Yeah. We just started praising and worshiping. Did you feel it? Because you started, well, at least you jumped in.
Well, I jumped in. I didn't feel the attack like you did. Like, I really didn't. Like,
I felt it. It was heavy. Gosh, it was heavy. I was just like, I'm a terrible human being type of heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I've definitely experienced that many, many times.
So that's what it was. It was not a trip to the park.
No.
It wasn't.
No. But then we were starting to praise, but we were also kind of trying to
get the kids ready for bed
because it was well after bedtime.
And then I went to the bathroom.
And
I didn't
was
go to the bathroom. But
I was like, I had this song in my head because our Joa, he's been listening to this song over and over and over again. Every time I put it on, he's just like, do it again. And so I was like, oh, we should totally listen to that song.
Yeah.
So I went just online to pull up the song, and literally I started it, and Devin walks out the bathroom door, and he's just like,
well, wait, let me give you the A side, or the B side rather. I'm in the bathroom, and I'm just like, I almost felt dumb, but not really, kind of. About like, I can't believe it. It's like, why didn't I see that there was an attack to begin with? Why didn't I see that? And I was like, I don't know, whatever, and I really felt like it was like anyway, I'm not going to go there, the source of the attack, but it was just an attack from the enemy. Who cares? And so I come out, and I just have this song on my mind. I'm like, man, I really want to do this song. And then I see Michelle online already, and I could tell she's on YouTube looking up. I was like, oh, she's already got a song. But it's like, dang, I really have this song in my spirit. Maybe we'll just play it after this next one. And lo and behold, she plays the song that she picked out, and it was the very song I was thinking of. My mind was like, skadoosh. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? I was like, that's 3 times now that's happened. That is 3 times. It's just like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it was like, you know what? Look at what God does. You know what I'm saying? Look at how he do. It's like he's going to give you a reason to praise him. He's going to give you a reason to just shout. Because it's like he sees the attack. He sees what's going on. And once again, in this moment, on this night, he proves, I'm the dad. Yeah. I see what's going on. You may not, but I see it, and I'm going to respond based on what I'm seeing. That God, he's going to show himself strong on your behalf. He just steps in and he just does it. I wasn't even really, I kind of was, my heart was definitely toward the Lord. That's all it was. It was just more like, how sometimes your kids, they follow you around and they're just hanging on to your clothes or something. Uh-huh. That's just like that's what they can do in the moment.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you got to turn to them like, what's up? But you already know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Because you know them so well, and you know whatever they're dealing with. And it's like, that's how God did today or tonight for me. And it was just like, wow. It's like God, he's just going to step in and show himself strong on our behalf in every given situation, And then, now that ties into what you wanted to share also, right?
Yeah, well, basically, so, we actually listened to that song like 3 times, and then
they were like, can we do it again?
Yeah.
Can we do it again?
Yeah. It's like, sure, why not? and so then they're all kind of excited and going all over the place. and then our daughter, she was just like, hey, I have a t-shirt idea. And what did she say? I don't even remember the idea, but it had to do with angels.
What was your t-shirt idea?
It was God is sending angels.
Yes,
there you go.
She said God is sending angels. And immediately I was like, oh my gosh, like I was reading stuff about that earlier today. And because you've been seeing a lot of the number 321, and I was just crazy.
Like, and 1, 2, 3, and then a post in the graduates, Shelly L's Facebook group that she put up. It's really super awesome and encouraging group. It's awesome. And someone said, here's some of the, I think her name was Becca. She put up something. She's like, this is some of the prophetic words we've been seeing. And there was just a hashtag next to all these certain words.
Yeah.
You know, hashtag promised land, hashtag this. And then at the bottom, it blew my mind. It was like hashtag 123, hashtag 321.
Yeah.
Those were the last two numbers. I was like, I just was like, I was done. I was done. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And right away when I saw that, the Lord was like 3, 2, 1, the end of one thing. 1, 2, 3, the beginning of another. And it was like they're both happening at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, cool. But that ties into your 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so basically I was just kind of looking up some scriptures with 3, 2, 1, and like I looked up Genesis 32 verse 1, and it basically just said, it was just only a sentence long, but it was like that the Lord...
you want me to get it?
Yeah, why not?
Let me get it.
So Devin's going to read the verse. It's very short.
I went and got the Bible. So then Jacob went on his way, and God's angels met him.
And I was just like, whoa. I don't know why. It was just like, this really kind of just stuck out to me. It was like, whoa, God's angels met him. And why was that really significant? Because it was, Jacob was getting ready to meet Esau. And it was kind of one of those situations where he was just like, I don't know what's going to happen. The last time I saw Esau, he wanted me dead. And I
stole his birthright.
Yeah.
He's going to kill me.
Yeah, basically. And so... here's God saying like, hey, I'm sending you my angels to meet you. And it said to protect and to like kind of reassure him and give him confidence. And then I looked up some other of the verses, but I got to Daniel chapter 3 verse 21, and which is basically the whole story of the three Hebrews, Shadrach and Abednego. I always say their names wrong.
Shadrach. Oh, that's okay. You got a little Medea in you. A little bit. A little spice.
And,
want me to read it?
Well, you don't have to read the whole thing, but basically it's the story where they are getting put into the fiery furnace.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it just continues to go through the whole story. They get put in the fiery furnace. King Nebuchadnezzar looks in and says, wow, I thought we only threw 3 of them in, and there's a 4th person in there, and gets them out, and it's like, all right, this is, we need to serve their God, because apparently he actually saves. And it said in verse 28 how King Nebuchadnezzar said, blessed be the God who sent his angel to bring about deliverance. So I'm actually going to have Devin go ahead and read Daniel 3 verse 28. 28,
because you started in verse 21. I think that's the part, and then you read through. That's where that's where you got our attention here. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar said, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who has sent his angel and delivered his servants who believed in him, trusted in him, and relied on him. Thank you, Amplified Bible. And they set aside the king's command and yielded their bodies rather than serve or worship any god except their own.
Yeah, and so I just was like, wow, like here God is he sent his angel to protect them in the fiery furnace because they believed in him and
unto death.
Yeah. And it was just like, here are 2 situations for 2 different people where they were really uncertain of what their future held. And it was scary. It was kind of like, whoa, what are we headed into? Where are we going? But they believed in the Lord, and he brought them through. And it was through ministering angels. And I was also reminded of how with Jesus, even in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he was going through just the deep grief and sorrow, almost to the point of death, where he's praying through what's going on in his heart. He's going through with God, and then he's just like, Lord, take this cup from me, but not my will, but yours be done. And then at the end of it, the angels come and minister to him. And
so when Annalise said the God is sending his angels, we knew, like, oh, that's something.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't just say stuff like that randomly. I mean, she does, but it's like there's moments where ooh, you're getting something.
Yeah.
Whether you realize it or not.
Yeah. And also another example is once Jesus was through the wilderness and in that time of testing, there were angels that were ministering to him. Mm-hmm. And so it's all just really interesting that all of this is coming up, and it has
God
to do with the end.
sending his angels.
He is. He really
is.
is.
At the end. That 3, 2, 1 means at the end of one thing, and the 1, 2, 3 is the beginning of another, and that's where we've been.
Yeah.
We've been in this process of like the 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2, 1, symbolically, where there's a lot of stuff that's just ending right now.
Yeah.
Stuff that we didn't even think would be ending is ending. And it's like there's other stuff starting. And it's just like, wow, this is crazy. Only God can do what he's going to do, and only God can sustain what he's going to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's just like, wow, this is exciting.
Yeah. And I know last year in May, we just had, pictures where it was like there would be angels like ministering.
Oh yeah.
And
we spent 2 days of God times talking about angels, and God was doing it and giving visions and everything. Yeah. And he was prophesying about the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so it's like, all right, here we are, these numbers with being at the end. And it's like we don't know when things are going to take place, but I do believe, we just continue to trust and believe in the Lord, and we hold on fast to what he says. And I do believe he's going to be sending his angels to minister to his people, those that have gone through these wilderness times, those that are in deep pain and grief. As you continue to just press on and go through what he needs you to go through the fire, you're going to come out, because he is the one that is, bringing in the support that you need to go through all of these things.
And there's going to be a testimony. I mean, there's just going to be a testimony look at what the king of Babylon said about those 3 Hebrews. He was like, wow, I'm going to make a decree that everyone worship their God, because wow, look at that. Yeah. And I'm just looking for the wow, look at that moment. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the devil is not going to come in and contaminate it. No. He's not, because I tell you what, there's been some issues, some distressing issues that have been like, oh my gosh. And then the Lord was like, that was one of the things that was bothering me tonight, because I felt like the Lord really ministered to me about peace and security, and I've got this, man. I've got you. Don't you worry about a thing. You don't have to worry. You are entering into rest. You're not entering into another phase of warfare, because that was there was some stuff that was distressing me. I was like, I'm gonna have to fight now, because I'm not afraid to do it. I don't like to do it, but I'm not afraid to do it. And if I have to do it, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and there's just a weight that can happen on the soul. And God had already ministered to me about that, and I felt like I was really faltering and failing in that tonight. But it was just like, I just really wasn't. It was just that spirit of heaviness was on me, and then God stepped in. The 4th man in the fire stepped in and was just like, here, let me lead you out of this. Yeah. With some praise. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then Annalise says so when her saying the God is sending his angels on a t-shirt, and it was like, that was like really like kind of like the 3rd reference you had. Was that the 3rd reference you had?
That's the 3rd time.
Because you read those 2 scriptures, and then she talks about the angels, and it's like, wow, God is speaking the 3s tonight. Because it was like 3 times we were like on the same page in the spirit 3 times. Yeah. And then, so I don't know, it was just really cool. Yeah. I mean, take from this what you will, but it was just really awesome. And there's just no way we were going to wait till tomorrow, waiting for little guy to take a nap before we did this video. Yeah. Because it's just like, oh my gosh, this has got to get out like right now. And lo and behold, he fell asleep.
Yay.
He fell asleep like right now, and I'm just like, oh Lord.
It's one of those, yay, we can do the video, but then, oh no, he might be waking up at like
12:30
and want to stay up until
4.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no. We'd be about 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'd be like, boy, why don't you go to sleep? You know? That's funny, but it's true.
Yeah. So I just want to take some time and just pray for you guys. And so, Lord, we just come to you, and I just pray that you would just send out your ministering angels to people.
Yes.
Lord, that you would be there, that you would bring in just your helping hand, Lord. You are our helper.
Come on.
And you are the one that is just there for us. You are on our side. And so, Lord, I just pray that you would just bring forth and help your people pick up those who are weary and those who are just burdened and heavy laden, Lord, that you would pick them up, rise them up, Lord, stand them back up on their feet so that they can complete that wish you have for them. Lord, help them to walk through the things that you have for them, that you want to bring them through. Lord, you are bringing us to the other side. We're not in a boat sinking. You know, even though things might feel that way and even are sinking. It was true that the boat was sinking, but Lord, you were on that boat saying, hey, we're going to the other side. So Lord, you know, we are going to the other side, and I believe, Lord, that you are saying that we can just be at peace, Lord. I pray that you would just fill your peace with fill your people with a supernatural peace right now, Lord, and that we would our hearts would just be infused and calm, Lord, just as you spoke to that storm and said, peace, be still. Lord, that our hearts would be at peace and be still, that we would stand and see the deliverance of our God, Lord. And you are just great and you are mighty. I pray that you would fill our mouths with your praise, Lord. Let there just be a rising up of the praise coming out of the mouths of your people, Lord, that we would just be trumpeting praise back to you, God, because you are so good. And we just thank you, Lord, for dying on the cross for us, Lord, for the sacrifice of Jesus. And Lord, I thank you that you give just amazing and good gifts to your children. You do not withhold from us, because you didn't even withhold your son. And so we just praise you for that, Lord. And we thank you just again for your amazing goodness and your faithfulness to us in our life, Lord. And I just pray that you would just break off, Lord, anything that is just holding people, Lord, just shatter and break away any bonds and any infirmities that people are facing, Lord. Bring your healing hand of power to people's hearts and people's physical bodies, Lord. I just pray for the physical healing of infirmities right now in the name of Jesus, Lord. You paid for that on the cross. And so let there just be freedom. Let people walk in wholeness and in health, Lord. Give us divine health. Let your people be a people of your divine health, Lord. That there would be a marked difference between those that follow you and those that are not of your fold, Lord. And that there would just be no sickness for your people. And I just pray that in the name of Jesus.
You know, when you were praying for the infirmities, I just felt like there were some people out there that are the healing of infirmities, not just physical, but maybe spiritual and of the soul and all that. But I just feel like there's some people out there that are, this is so awesome. I love this. This is a whole nother level of awe for me. But I feel like the Lord, is saying that there's some people out there that are looking for a healing of relationships, a restoration of relationships. And I feel like the Lord's saying that, you know, that doesn't always happen. That doesn't always happen. God can't make another person love another person. He doesn't do that. You know, he offers. He by the influence of his Spirit, he does things. Otherwise, everybody would know the Lord. The reality would be very different if God could make someone love another person or come back to another. You know what I mean? And it's just like there would be no prodigal son story. It would just be a completely different reality. But I just feel like the Lord is saying, like, whatever you're looking for in a restoration of relationship, please come to him first. Connect with him first. Whatever hole or gap you feel is not being connected because of this loss of relationship, wow. I feel like the Lord's saying, please come to him and let him plug that part up.
Yes.
Quit asking. I'm not. No. I don't feel like the Lord's saying quit asking, but it's like, I guess it's a.
He wants to
quit seeking.
Yeah.
For that thing to be the thing that fulfills you. There it is. Thank you. And sometimes it's a process of processing. But I just felt like the Lord was sharing that. The Holy Spirit was just saying, like some people, I feel like the Lord's saying there are some people out there who do need to quit asking. And I guess you'll know who you are. It's like, quit asking for the relationship to be restored. It's like, just come to me first. Like, I've got everything that you think you're going to get from that relationship. I've got it for you. Yes, for some people, thank you, that is the distressing thing that they're facing, is this relationship. And it's been very close for a very long time. And now it's not. And then things are different. And you have no control over it. And you're stressed out. And you're asking God to make it to be what it was. Or bring it back to, and God's just saying, come to me. Come to me. That's God's answer for everything. It's just come to me. Let me help you. Let me be in control. Let me do it. Yeah. Because I feel like there's people out there that relationship is really a core of a lot of stresses. Is relational stuff. And God's like, just come to me and I will take care of it. Come to me, trust in me, and I will take care of it. I will not fail you in any area if you come to me and just trust me. And just, you got to trust me though. You know what I mean? But, that's what I had. Yeah.
Just kind of, it's really that letting go. Yeah. You got to let go and have God let go of what it is that you want so that God can come in and truly give you what you need. Yeah. And
which will be what you want.
Yeah. And he'll bring a satisfaction to your soul.
Yeah.
That you cannot find anywhere else.
Yeah, the desires of our heart is not always tied up to one specific thing or person or event happening or something like that. That's not true. That's a trap. There can be a desire of your heart and God can fulfill it in many different ways. It doesn't have to be that way right there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yesterday, I was going and there's a Nissan GTR that parks in the parking lot of the Cool Springs Galleria. It's in Tennessee, obviously. That's where we are. But, and I'm so looking for it. I'm looking for that specific car. And the Lord was like, oh, did you miss anything else? It was just this sense of like, did you miss anything else? I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, I didn't even realize. I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm so focused on finding that Nissan GTR that I could have totally just passed up something else and not even seen it. Yeah. Some other, because I just love supercars, and I know that there's some cars out there, that are there, and I can catch them. But there's this one car it's almost always there. Yeah. And I just wanted to see it again, and I'm looking for it, and I'm not seeing it. And the Lord showed me, he's like, look at all the cars you're passing up. Yeah. Because you're so focused on that one thing. And of course, he was teaching me a lesson there that it's like, that's a lot of times what people are doing with the desires of their heart. That's crazy that this is coming up right now. Yeah. But it's like, that's what people do with the desires of their heart. They're looking for that one specific thing. And so they're focused on it and focused on it and focused on it. And then all this other cool stuff is passing them by. Yeah. And they're not even getting it. Stuff that they would be really cool. I mean, I could have totally passed up a Ferrari 458 and not even known it. Because I'm so hyped and focused. So I stopped and I was like, oh, you're right. And I'm scanning the whole parking lot. I'm like, you're right. But I took instruction, Yeah, so you have to let God do what he's going to do. But the caveat, the flip side of that same coin is God has given you a desire. Like the hair thing that you were talking about in your dream. You have this desire of how you want your hair cut. Don't just let it get cut any way it's going to get cut. And it's like, because God's not, if you're going to sit in the chair with God, he's going to cut that hair and it's going to be like, dang, that's even better than I thought it was. That you really did it. I gave you my ideas, but dang, look what you did. I'm looking all fly. Anyway. So it's like, you know, you putting your desires in someone else's hands is no different than you taking it into your own hands. It's still in man's hands.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you just gotta let God do it. Let him be your fourth man in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let him be who he is, and you're just not gonna be disappointed. You know.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it now.
Yeah. I think that's all we have for you.
Yeah.
And hope you guys have been encouraged and blessed. And we will see you guys again soon.
Yes. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.